Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the GSBC podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Taylor-Farrington from Purple Bunny Marketing, and this podcast is proudly brought to you by the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce. And today we are joined by Kath from VM Family Law. Welcome.
Thank you.
But today we're going to dive into and talk a little bit about, obviously, your business's journey, but also your award win.
Yes.
As well. So let's start with your journey. What inspired you to specialise in family law, I guess, and eventually establish VM Family Law?
It was my mum. She drove me to it. I initially started doing child psychology. I always knew I wanted to work with kids and help kids. I started a psychology degree. I got engaged, left the psychology degree, and mum sort of said, look, if you want me to support you in the engagement, you'll do a law degree. So I was like, okay, we can do that.
Yes.
So I ended up doing law. So family law was just the natural path for me to go into.
Yes.
That relationship was a domestic violence relationship. So that also then helped me sort of hone into the domestic violence side of things as well.
Yep.
So that's where the drive to be in law came from. And then the drive to start VM Family Law was actually from my dad. He passed away quite suddenly. And life needed to change for me. So I thought I'd work from my dining room, having a couple of clients here and there and spend more time with my family.
Yes.
VM Family Law was born.
Yep.
And then it exploded and moved to an office and a bigger office and then a bigger team and things have just progressed from there.
Yes. Yeah, wonderful. And your team has grown quite a bit now?
It has. I think in the last few weeks we've hired 6 new people.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of growth then.
Yes.
All right. And so family law, obviously, it's deeply personal work. We talked a little bit about what drew you to the field, but how do you find a balance between professionalism and, I guess, empathy with the client?
Probably my team is a big part of that.
Yep.
My team are beautiful human beings. So when we have a really hard day, it's really nice that we can all get together, talk it through, brainstorm things. But I think the empathy comes from us all just being good humans.
Yes.
And having been in the types of relationships that I'm helping my clients with, you just feel more connected to them and you understand what they're going through.
Yes.
So it's a hard battle between not taking on your clients' emotions and taking on your clients' emotions to be able to help them.
Yes.
But I think we manage it pretty well.
Yeah. And I guess you just said that exactly where, your field can be very emotionally challenging, obviously. I'm quite sure you've heard quite a lot of terrifying stories. So how do you support your team to stay compassionate and resilient while helping clients through those times?
Wearing pink unicorn hats help. There's a lot of twerking in the office. There's a lot of laughing. We've just got a really nice place. We're all there in jeans and slippers, hoodies, as you saw the other day.
Yes.
We keep it real. We keep it calm and lighthearted, but also being professional.
Yeah.
The team, honestly, I can't express how grateful I am for the team that I've got around me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when we were chatting the other day, we talked about how your team is quite down to earth and relaxed. And I think that's a good thing in your field, opposed to turning up to an office where someone's, dressed up in a suit and tie and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It just would be, I guess, hard for someone to kind of want to share what's going on.
Yeah, they've got to be able to connect with you.
Correct. Yeah.
And suits and ties doesn't help people who are in that situation.
Agreed. All right, so you've grown family law into a respected firm in the Springfield region. What has been some of the key moments or decisions that helped you shape that growth?
I'm going to go back to the team. Each of the team members, I employ people from the local area. I've also employed people from as far out as Redlands.
Yes.
Thank you. And, they drive an hour and a half every day. I've also now employed some people from Toowoomba who are going to drive 2 hours a day. So the growth really has come from having, I think, a good brand.
Yes.
And people being connected to the type of team that we have and the empathy that we've got. And also the reputation we've got in the court system. People know me.
Yep.
People know that I do a good job.
Yes.
The judges and the judicial officers respect me when I appear before them, and obviously I respect them. So I think that is a big key to it.
Yeah, definitely. I think it speaks volumes when you've got people who want to drive 2 hours or an hour and a half to come work every day about the type of culture you've potentially got in the business. So All right, so the legal industry can be tough, long hours, high stakes, I guess emotionally charged cases. What's one major lesson you've learned as both a lawyer and a business leader?
Taking time, really being able to acknowledge when you are at burnout, or acknowledging when one of your team's at burnout. We had a particularly bad case a couple of years ago, and I could see the whole team were significantly impacted by it. We closed the firm for a couple of days. I got a team of psychologists in to help the team through the issue. So I think just being attuned to your own emotions and feelings and that of your team is really important, particularly in the area of family law and domestic violence.
Yes.
It's often not a very nice thing to be working in.
No, unfortunately it's not, yeah. All right, so VM Family Law clearly values accessibility and compassion. How do you ensure your clients feel supported through what's one of the most difficult times that they'll probably go through?
I think it's that connection.
Yeah.
I think it's the genuine we care.
Yes.
You can't get heavily invested, and you can't believe necessarily everything that you're being told, but it's that investment in trying to make sure that they're safe and really wanting the best outcomes, but also being realistic. We will reality test our clients and say, you may want this, but we don't actually think we can get you that, but we can get you this. So it's not being a mouthpiece, as we say in the legal world, for your clients. It's giving real advice, but being very, very safety focused.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we're going to switch gears a little bit and we're going to talk about the award win.
Mm-hmm.
So you won the Professional Services Award, a huge honour. You weren't there on the night, but we saw the unicorn. But I guess, what does that recognition mean to you and your team?
It's fantastic. I, as you know, am a massive advocate for business in this area.
Yes.
So to win the Professional Services Award was a great honour for me. It's the second time I've won it. There were two other great finalists in there. I think it says to me that we're doing the right thing.
Yes.
We are doing the right thing by the other businesses in the area and the connections we've made, but we're also doing the right thing by our clients. And me personally, I'm doing the right thing by my team. And that award was for my team.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed. I think the team make us business owners look the way we do sometimes.
Yep.
So, all right. So awards like this often reflect years of dedication. What do you think it says about the standard of professional services that you and your team do deliver to the community?
We think they're high, and we want to continue keeping them high. It's a hard gig in a small area, being in professional services. Well, I think it probably is for any small business when we're in a relatively small area. So to have the awards like we do through the chamber really helps us highlight how well we're all doing. And it's nice to have the support of all the other business owners. I think it brings us all together.
All right. So I don't know if you've seen, but we introduced a new quickfire section to the podcast to get to know the person in the chair. So a couple of quickfire questions for you. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee, 100%. Early bird or night owl?
Oh, I used to be a night owl. Now I'm an early bird and I hate it. I hate it. I just want to sleep.
Yeah. I'm an early bird, always been, and I hope that doesn't change. All right. One word that best describes you in the courtroom?
Pink.
Pink. Yes. Your favourite way to unwind after a long day of client meetings?
Oh, it's got to be a wine.
I was going to say, I think I know the answer to this one. And if you weren't in law, what career might you have pursued instead?
Child psychology.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we'll start to wrap things up. So family law is constantly evolving. What changes or trends do you see shaping the future in your field?
Domestic violence. There's been a huge shift in the past probably 2 years.
Yep.
I'm on a couple of committees for the domestic violence stuff, and I see some real change coming in that area, both in terms of how we deal with domestic violence and how we educate the community, but also how we educate the profession. There's a lot of people that still don't quite understand domestic violence. People like commercial lawyers don't need to understand it, or they think they don't, but they actually do.
Yes.
So I see some huge changes coming across the whole area of law, not just family law, for domestic violence issues.
And I think that's important. We're seeing it on the news regularly about these situations, so I think it does have to change, definitely. And finally, I guess, what advice would you give to other professionals or small business owners striving to deliver exceptional service and, I guess, make a real difference in their community?
Join the chamber for number one. Networking with the other awesome businesses in the area is probably key. But just do your thing. Have faith in yourself. Trust in your ability. Be a good human.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Definitely join the chamber. All right, well, that wraps it up for us here. Thank you for coming in and having a chat. And thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of the GSBC podcast. Make sure that you like and follow us on all of our social media channels.